Hey there guys, Raymond here, also known as Ray Vision, and check it out today. Well, we are going to be playing some more Forza Motorsport 6. Now today, well, we are going to be driving around the Nurgurgring in a Bugatti Veyron because I won that in a wheel spin and I was like, yo, what's up? I totally want to try out this Bugatti. Now, interesting thing about the Bugatti Veyron, it's very, very heavy. Really good at going in a straight line. In the corners, you really feel its weight. It's not like when you drive the McLaren P1 or a LaFerrari or the 918 around this track. You don't feel like you have to do too much braking and the car feels very natural. Bugatti Veyron, you have to do a lot of braking and you feel like the car, first of all, it's very drifty and you feel the weight in turns. You just feel it want to swing out. But when you put your foot down, this thing accelerates like crazy. It's not even funny. And usually this thing here, usually you can just brake after you take off for a bit of flight, but not in the Bugatti Veyron. No, the Bugatti Veyron likes to go and try and do a front flip like you just saw, and that usually does not turn out well for the driver. Good thing, not real life, because or else I would be pretty much dead right about now. But honestly, I really like the Bugatti. First of all, I like the Bugatti Veyron. I think it's an amazing car, and it is just really cool, except for the part where, like, it cannot take turns. Like, you see, I am struggling to keep this car on track for the whole entire race. Like, it's not even funny here. Shift up to second, and you just see me, like, right now, it's perfect. It's a straight line, but then I do a little bit of a turn. The car will end up going sideways, lose a bit of control, and I'll end up somewhere in the forest. Not really, but I do a lot more braking than I usually do if I'm in my Corvette or just my F50. F50 is my usual track car for the Nurburgring, and I'm so used to the feel of that F50. The thing is, I'm used to driving that car, and it is so grippy. You will go around the corner in the F50, and you will not lose traction. That's not even a doubt. You just have to make sure that you're going at the right speed. Here, even if you're going at the right speed, you'll get some understeer, a bit of oversteer, a little bit of everything. And if you don't brake enough, in the F50 sometimes you can take corners and the line's still red. In the Bugatti Veyron, not an option because the weight is just so much. In the F50, you got the downforce and you got traction. Here, you see right there, it just wants to go sideways and a little bit here and a little bit there. But honestly, this thing is cool. Here's my thing. I've never really considered, when rating hypercars in my head, the Bugatti Veyron was kind of at the bottom for me, just because, yeah, it goes really fast in a straight line, but I didn't find that it looked that nicely. But after having driven it, I'm like really liking it. And also, here's the thing: a lot of Bugatti Veyrons, you can get custom paint jobs, and you can get the car to look really nice. And so for me, it's starting to grow on me, the Bugatti Veyron. It's obviously not my first choice, but it's no longer my last choice in hypercars. I don't know what's after Bugatti Veyron though. It's difficult to order all the hypercars and be like, pick one, which one do you want to choose? And I'm like, I don't want to have to choose, I just want all of them, which is obviously not going to be happening anytime soon, but you never know. So, right now it is stock, so we're at the bottom of S class. I'm not sure what class this is. I think it's bottom of R class actually. And our time to beat is 6 minutes and 46 seconds. I'm going to tell you right now, we will not beat that time. I will say though, I have never gone through, okay, so the Nürburgring straight usually is the slowest part, because usually I prefer cars that have traction over top speed on this track. That's usually what works out the best. This car is kind of the opposite. It lacks quite a bit of traction and likes to go airborne like you just saw, even though it's super heavy. But when it comes to the straight, or just any time you want to accelerate, oh my god, when you put your foot down, you just feel the whole entire chassis go backwards a bit, and it just powers out, and it's incredible how quickly it just accelerates. It's just ridiculous. I mean, like, it's a Bugatti Veyron. There's no other thing to say about that. I'm sure I could do a couple power upgrades to the car and make it even more ridiculous, but the idea being, this car is fast. It is really fast. Not in the corners, not when braking, definitely not when you have to do something like the carousel over here, because the weight just carries me out of it. It's really annoying. But when you're trying to do straight line, it's really fast between the corners. Like right here, I'm just powering. Look at the speed go up. It just goes up crazy, and then I have to brake. And then the car is slow all of a sudden. And that's what I find really fun. Like, certain cars are really fun to drive just because they feel real smooth around the corners. This car is a challenge to drive around the corners. You saw me right there. I just went straight into that wall. It is a challenge. If you do not brake enough, you're goner. Some cars, you don't have to brake that much, and you can just hold it flat, and that's a really satisfying feeling. In this car, I don't think I held any corners flat. Mostly because if you accelerate with the Bugatti Veyron, because it's four-wheel drive, you'll get a lot of understeer, and the acceleration is so powerful that in some cars, you know, you can accelerate and it won't overwhelm your braking line. In this car, if you start accelerating, you will accelerate far too quickly, so you have to feather your way around the turn. You cannot just go flat and be like, yes, Bugatti power, activate. I love that Bugatti power, though. It is amazing. There we go, going off-roading again with the four-wheel drive Veyron. You know what? This would be a great car for winter when I think of it. It's got that four-wheel drive. Oh, wait, doesn't have ground clearance. It would be horrible for winter. Just imagine someone driving a Bugatti Veyron in winter. I'd just be looking at it and be like, what the fuck? Actually, I know we're getting off topic here, but one of the cooler cars I have seen for winter is the Bentley Continental. And the Bentley Continental GT, pretty much Bentleys. And the reason why I say that is I was watching Top Gear USA. Yes, I used to watch Top Gear USA when it was a thing. And they drove a Bentley Continental down a ski hill, which, you know, that's okay. That's doable. But then they drove it back up the ski hill. And that's what really impressed me. Because driving a car down a hill, that's fine. Gravity will do the work for you. Driving a car up a hill, a ski hill, sorry, not a hill, a ski hill, which means there was snow, ice, everything, that impressed me. I was like, what in the world is happening? How is Bentley managing to pull this off? So yeah, I was really impressed with that. Apart from that, you know, not much going on. Look at this, approaching the straight, which is basically Bugatti territory. So already we are behind the time that was set for us to beat. I'm sure I'll be able to beat it. Let me just grab like a McLaren P1 or some track car one day, and I'll just go and smash that time. But that's not the case today. Look at this. We get on the straight, and this is just Bugatti territory. This straight has never gone by so fast for me because I've never taken a car that's just basically speed. I always take something that prioritizes handling over speed. But not the Bugatti. No, this thing just hammers out. Look at it. It's still climbing so quickly. 220, 30. I mean, like, what the hell? It just power. I love it. I really like the I like the Bugatti all of a sudden. It's really cool. I like it. It's just like that. Before I thought it was a mech car, but now I just like. Here's the thing. Whenever you're not sure about a car and you think it's a mech car, try it out. And then if you still hate it, you can hate it. But if you don't give it an honest effort, well, you know, you can't really be expected to offer a good judgment. So as usual, guys, I want to thank you all for watching. Leave your car recommendations in the comments below. Leave your comments in the comments below, and I will see you all next time.